So we all know this man Garou was a menace since elementary school. Bro would watch Power Rangers and pray for the villain to win. Bro would have a King Von playlist. CJ needs to put him in the round table ASAP. Speaking of CJ, how about CJ starts us off?
This nigga was a juvenile delinquent at the age of 5. So obviously he got suspended because the principal wasn't trying to hear this guy out or nothing, even though he was the one being bullied the whole time. And he was basically just labeled as an outcast. Now, some years later, this man traveled to Bang's dojo and wanted him to train him. So Bang decided to train him, and Garou quickly became Bang's top student. Now this is when this motherfucker crashed out. Once he learned everything he needed to learn, this man said, "Man, look, I'm done with this shit," and beat the hell out of everybody else in the dojo. This man crippled every single student at that dojo that day because he simply got bored. So after this, Bang expelled him, and Garou went down the path to become a literal human monster. And his only objective was to hunt down heroes and get stronger. So not only does this man have the hairstyle of Heihachi, but also now he has the mentality of Akuma. This nigga is the walking definition of a menace to society. Now, let's dive in to the 3 major pieces of evidence that I have on this man for this exhibit. So, incident number 1, declaring war on the Hero Association. So the Hero Association held a meeting to try to convince a bunch of villains and assassins of the underworld to help them in the monster crisis. So Garou decided to show up to this meeting, but not for the right reasons. This man came here to make a statement. Bro pulled up in this meeting and straight up said, "AOG, I don't know what the you talking about up there, but the only talking I'm trying to do right now is with these hands. So who wanna get fucked up first?"
This nigga is crazy.
So obviously when the association heard this, they was like, "Who the fuck is that guy?" They thought bro was straight delusional, but they were about to get one of the nastiest wake-up calls of all time. So Sitch tells the 3 heroes in the room to throw Garou out. So Magic Chook Man goes in to attack him, but Garou grabs dude and starts choking him to death. So this buff bastard tried to hit him, but dude bricked. Then Garou told him, "Ooh, hey bro, check your hand, twin." Dude looks at his arm, and his arm is just mangled. So Garou walks him down and clocks his shit so hard, he flies across the room. So the last hero standing was Blue Fire. He shoots a fire blast at him, but in the blink of an eye, Garou cut this man's arm off, then sent him backing all the way to the wall and just splattered his ass. So after this man cooked 3 A-rank heroes with ease, all the other villains were in the room cheering like, "Oh yeah, you showed him height." Well, Garou turned around and said, "The fuck are you guys cheering for? You know I'm about to whoop your ass too, right?"
You serious? I'm like, what did he say fuck me for?
So Garou lays out every single motherfucker in that room. So after this man just laid out I don't know how many people, he tells old boy before he leaves, "I hope this pile of bodies gets my point across. And in 6 months' time, I'm coming back and I'm coming through the front door." And he walks away like nothing happened. This man's first appearance was him laying out over 100 people. That is pure nasty work.
Incident number 2, reverse jumping at the park. So later that night, this man Garou catches a hero. Moomin Rider. Bro really said, "Gang, I'm actually violate you." And that's on R. Kelly. Bunch of people pull up and they look like they about to jump him. Not even gonna lie. So let's take a little flashback. Garou actually blicks one of their mans. So that means that was assault. Bro only wanted to throw hands because he was too close to bro. Then bro pulled up and said, "Yo, I want it back in blood. I want to get my get back, buddy."
Do you see me fucking laughing?
And there goes the second assault. They looking at this guy like, what is this guy? Garou just feeling himself. Nigga think that he's the best villain, but get socked by Tank Top Master, the S-class hero, ranked 16 in the world. Tank Top Master seems to be too strong for Garou, so he has to use Bane's techniques. Garou was really like, damn, I had to use this old man's move. Then bro hits him with the
gentle fist, 8 trigrams, 64 palms. 2 palms, 4 palms, 8 palms, 16 palms, 32 palms.
freaking oh. Moomin Rider tried to hit him with his bike, but you already know what happened to him, bro. Like, goddamn, way to make a first impression. This is obviously assault. Like, help bro up.
That don't work. There's no way out of this one. You're done.
Assault number 3.
This nigga is trash.
Man, you have to get out of here. Like, what did they do? They barely did anything to you. This kid tries to kick this nigga, but CJ, would you just move on?
All you see the next morning is old boy laid out, and everybody else that was there that night were slumped. This man Garou reverse jumped their ass. Now, let's move on to incident 3, his run-in with Metal Bat. So Garou continue his crusade of beating every hero to the brink of death in random dark alleys and knocking out ugly bastards in front of their hoes. Garou ended up running into Metal Bat. Now, Metal Bat was already hurt from fighting a giant centipede from earlier, but Garou did not give a damn. That nigga said, if you still breathing, you can still get these hands. Now put them up, nigga. Now, Metal Bat is a certified dog himself, and he ain't gonna back down from no fight. So this was just a good old scrap between two dog-ass niggas. So they get the scrapping, and Garou's already popping off early, hitting them with a nice little 2-piece out the gate. So they continue to scrap, and that boy Metal Bat is swinging for the fences. If one of this niggas hits lands, it is over. So Garou kicked him in the head, but Metal Bat ate it and started swinging at this nigga. But Garou was a member of Weave Nation. This nigga's evasion skill is maxed out. Look at this, weave, nigga! And continue to full-on assault this man. And every time Metal Bat would try to land a hit, Garou would just bob and weave, while Metal Bat was hitting straight air. So Metal Bat decides to whip out his finishing move, and he literally turns into a human tornado. But Garou said, come with it, fuck nigga! As this man starts to parry the attack, then he finds an opening, then hits this man with a demon breath, sending him flying and knocking him out cold. Like, I'm telling y'all, bro, this nigga Garou is a young Heihachi. Nigga just used his rage art from Tekken 7. And Garou was talking crazy after this, saying, hey, good scrap, bootleg Yusuke. Now stay your ass on the ground, punk ass nigga. But when Garou thought it was about to crack his skull open, but the only thing that stopped him in this moment was his little sister just randomly pulling up out of nowhere. She unknowingly saved this man Garou from getting his head split open. So Garou straight up backhands him, and Garou goes in for the finishing blow. But the little sister just straight up stops him, and she telling this nigga, fuck off, mister, this fight's over. So Garou just straight up said, you know what, fine. But when I run into your dumb ass again, nigga, I'ma dog walk your ass. And Garou leaves. And after the fight, you could just see the damage he did to Metal Bat. His little sister chopped him across the head, and bro just straight up passed out from all the blood he's lost. So Garou technically cooked that nigga. And with that, we close off Exhibit A and move into Incident 4. That is just simply worthy of its own exhibit. The Garou Trial. Exhibit B. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our final exhibit. Exhibit B, the 1v8. This is simply one of those moments where you will look at this and you'll be like, damn, this might be a Hall of Famer when it comes to this menace shit. Because what he does right here is absolutely disgusting. So while Garou was chilling out in this shack after a fight he had with Watchdog Man and getting disrespected by Saitama, dude was just trying to lay down and recover from his injuries. So while he was slumped, 8 heroes pull up to this shack, and they only got one goal in mind, and that is Swiss cheese and Garou. So he ends up coming outside, jumps up to the roof, and just starts yelling, attention punk pussy bitches! I'm about to dog walk your asses! So Mr. Cowboy with his dualies started to shoot at Garou, but Garou started moving on all fours like a dog and tried to kill the cowboy off the rip. But Stinger tried to stab him, and Garou dodges at the last second. And this is when bro just started getting jumped. This man was having to dodge everything because he was surrounded by 8 people. Then the barrage of arrows comes in. He starts to dodge it, but 2 of them end up landing in his back. So Garou at this point was in between a rock and a hard place because he's at half health having to fight 8 people at the same time. So Death Gatlin told this man, "This your final chance, hoe ass nigga. Surrender now or I'm Swiss cheese in your ass." Well, Garou was like, "Nah, twin, let me just lock in real quick." So this bum ass toad nigga threw his chain and wrapped up his ankle. And homeboy right here threw a massive ball at him. The ball into the toad nigga and ends up squashing him first. So after he boomed him, the cowboy with the doolies starts trying to up the toolie on Garou. But Garou hits that massive ball again and it nails that trash ass cowboy. Bro sent that fraud ass Arthur Morgan packet. So the ball ends up bouncing off a tree and it's about to hit old boy in his armor. So he destroys the ball, but Garou used the ball as a feint and just comes right through it. So he grabs old boy, lifts him up above his head so he takes all the arrow shots. Then bootleg tracksuit Gohan tries to throw some rocks at him. Garou catches them, then throws them at the archer behind him, putting him on his ass. So after he cooked him, Stinger came in and tried to stab Garou again, but Garou plants old boy in the ground using him as a human shield. And just like that, in the blink of an eye, Mance has already took out half the squad. They don't even know what hit him, but it gets even more wicked from here. Garou digs in the ground, rips up a vine, then uses it to kick the goofy out of this nigga. So after he sent that goofy ass nigga back to the lobby, he starts running after bootleg Gohan and just starts throwing hands at him. That man Garou was like, "You can't block all day, pussy." So when Bro finally tries to attack, he hits a left to the face, sir. And Garou just starts raining a barrage of punches on him, beating the literal life out of bootleg Gohan. So while Garou continued to beat on dude, Stinger comes in and tries to hit Garou, but he whiffs and Garou hits him. Dude hit him so hard he was looking up at the birds. And Garou wasn't done. He was like, "Nah, twin, I'm about to whoop your shit in." He started hitting this man with so many kidney shots. The nigga was floating in midair while getting his back blown out. Then he saw bootleg Gohan try to get back up. He said, "Nah, sit your ass down," and sent him into a tree, and bootleg Gohan was done. This man was about as useless as Gohan when he was wearing that damn tracksuit. Bro was straight buns, and Stinger just fell over. That nigga was done. So the last man standing was Death Gatlin, and he was about to up the toolie on this nigga. He uses his final move, Death Shower, and dumps out every single bullet he has. This man did not care that that random kid was still in that shack either. He just wanted Garou dead, but Garou ended up parrying every single bullet, and this man ran out of ammo. So Death Gatlin was cooked. He tried to run at Garou with a knife, but dude just gives him a nasty left, sending him flying and putting this fraud-ass Barrett to sleep. And with that, Garou pulled off a second reverse jumper and cooked 8 heroes at once. Wicked work. The Garou trial. The verdict. Nah, y'all, this is an easy one. That's a pass, bro. This dude is a menace to society. Like, dude was actively going around here beating people up to the brink of death, even though he got his ass whooped by these old ass niggas at the end. It doesn't change a damn thing. This dude is a menace to society. Bro just straight beat up 20 heroes on screen for shits and giggles, and he called it hunting. And then Uno reverse card in 2 jumpings? Like, nah, this YN needs to be stopped. And you know what's crazy? Exhibit C is right around the corner. So bro is most definitely getting a second trial by the end of the year. So that was one of the easiest passes I've ever done. So hope y'all enjoyed. Have a bootyful day.